All right, and we're back again.
Oh yeah.
For another week.
Oh yeah.
What was the last one we watched?
Old
boy.
Old boy. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's see if we can. And that was your pick with both thumbs down from me and
Dave.
Dave. All right, introductions. Carl Fernando.
Michael.
Davey boy.
Davey boy. All right. This week it's Davey boys.
What do you always say?
So,
Every
week it changes.
I listened to the Crow one, and
Yeah.
you said you repeated it as well.
I
And then
think
Marsh
because-
was giving you shit. He's like, "Oh,
yeah,
you Dave
it's
as well."
Dave as well. Can I be Carl? Yeah.
Yeah. So after I tell you what.
Wait. So this week it's your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pick, Davey boy's pick, and after Old Boy, I didn't feel so bad about exploring some more of my.
Oh, great.
What have I done?
So
fucking domino effect now.
yeah, it's all over.
I'll bring it back, don't worry.
Yeah.
Look, it's the same thing. I just want you guys to watch shit that you haven't seen. So,
Yeah. The whole idea of
unfortunately
the
for you guys, a lot of that
which-
shit is 80s shit for me. So.
Which, if this is your first podcast, which we should probably explain, because you're just listening to three guys talk.
And why the fuck did you skip the first three?
Because they were boring.
If-
All right,
if this is
anyway.
the first podcast
okay,
I'm watching, why
yeah.
did they skip the first three?
No, well, then I don't have to go back and talk about every podcast we've done, but let's just set up the structure of the podcast that we're doing. Makes sense. Stan Lee's fucking version of comic books. Every comic book is somebody's first comic book. So, but idea of Defecast is that the three of us, Michael, Dave, myself, get together every week, eat pizza or
It's usually
two of us-
pizza.
two
We
of
should
us
Some
stick,
of us
pizza.
do.
we
Yeah.
should stick to pizza. Pizza always works.
Yeah,
Like,
pizza's always good. But even when pizza's bad, it's good.
it's good.
Yeah. So
And it's never bad from our usual.
Yeah.
And
Change
what
is
do we
bad.
do? Yeah.
Change is bad.
The
Don't-
change is bad.
As Dave learnt.
We get Chinese. Usually we've got to wait for Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, you're hungry half hour later.
Yeah.
Pizza's good. It fucks you for the rest of the night. So,
Kind of like your mum.
oh, I'm going to
Oh.
have a chat with her about that.
Yeah. No, I don't.
No, I will. Because you're fucking ugly. She can do so much better.
So we get together every week, and one of us picks a movie that the other two have no idea about, and we reveal it on this podcast. Then we watch it, and
Chinks.
yeah, then we
You can't
watch-
talk?
How the fuck's the podcast gonna work?
It's going to be shit.
Then we watch it, and then we come back and we see what the other two
We basically
Sort of it.
review it and pick it to
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, basically.
We're
But
gonna
we're gonna start-
emphasize. We're
Yeah.
gonna explain the movie a little bit more, just in case people don't feel like watching the movie, and then we'll just
Yeah.
spoil it for you, and then fucking rip on it.
Oh yeah, it's massive spoiler alerts if
Yeah,
people
fuck
haven't
yourself.
watched the
If
movies.
you've gone that far ahead, you
Yeah.
in the deep end.
And
You're
let's-
not getting out.
And look, let's just think of it this way: if you're listening to this podcast, it probably means you had nothing else better to do,
Yeah.
Exactly.
which includes watching a movie.
Like you chose this over jerking off.
Ah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it is the internet. Somebody may be listening to it and jerking off.
Why
Yeah,
have you got to be so sexist? Racist. I went from racist. Why have you got to be? Yeah, because men and women are a race. Why have you got to be so sexist? I mean, there could be women out there that have chosen to listen to this
Dave.
over slapping the clam. You know what I'm saying? So why?
flicking the bean.
Yeah.
No, I use jerking off as a universal term for masturbation.
Yeah, or you could call a lady a jerk.
Suppose she could jerk it.
No.
She could jerk it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's rough as hell, but jerk the fuck out of it. If that's what you want to do.
Go hard or go home.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
So what'd you pick
so,
this week?
Yeah.
so basically, all right. So this week, I kept with a whole nostalgia theme from my last pick.
Alright, so this is how it's going to go. He's going to tease us.
Shut
for a
up,
bit.
cockhead.
And tease us for a bit.
That's
and
all he
slap
does.
it.
He
Slap it with
teases.
it.
All right. No. It's going to be Electric Dreams.
I do vaguely know this one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't think you did.
No, it's an 80s film.
Yeah.
Cult 80s film.
Yeah, more or less.
Borderline cult.
It's got a good. It's
It's-
another one
it's-
with a good soundtrack.
I think it's along the lines of what Short Circuit.
No, more AI. It's more
Yeah.
sort of
I actually do want to watch this. Like,
Do you?
yeah, I know I haven't watched
Sweet.
it, but I
It's,
remember. I
it's,
think
it's
you
a
told
love
me-
story,
Yeah.
alright? But there's something about this film, and I don't know what it is, but there's something about this film that makes it, for me, watchable. Like, it's not, it's not an action film, and I was into this, like, as a kid, basically. So I think that says a lot for the film.
What's
I
the
think-
target audience for it, do you think? Like, who's it aimed at? Age-wise, anyway, not really.
Age-wise, I think it is aged for late teens,
Okay.
more, young adults. Maybe...
Yeah, well,
Like, it might be sort of the nerd era of the 80s because
Yeah,
it is
well-
computer. It's about, all right, basically
it's the whole fucking 80s
uh,
era where new technology was terrifying.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But not to the extreme of like
Here we go. 1984. Directed by Steve Barron, writer Rusty.
don't cheat,
Let me
mate. Don't cheat.
read
This
you.
is me giving my speech. You're cheating.
I'm just telling you, there's people that made it.
Then
giving
you've got to
props-
give
giving
a
props to people that
synopsis,
made
and
it.
it's going to be better than mine.
Alright.
Synopsis. What? How do you say that again?
Synopsis.
That's what I said. You're going to give a synopsis, and it's
Blouse.
it's going to be better. Don't.
This fucking argument's been going on for 10 years.
Carl and I have had this thing about the way we pronounce blouse.
You're about to say it, because that's the proper
I
way to
say
say it.
I say blouse.
Blouse.
Carl says blouse, and for me it's just fucking ridiculous because I've never heard it said like that until Carl said it. so it's wrong. I don't care. I don't care. It's like the guy that has been fucking smoking pot since he was 3 years old. It's legal as far as he's concerned. And then you go, oh, you shouldn't be doing that shit. It's like, why not?
I'm pretty sure we involved other people in this argument.
We did.
And they all said blouse.
We did, and I don't like it. I don't like when you
So
involve other
everybody
people.
else is high.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Nah.
so back to Electric Dreams.
All right, so Electric
Set it up,
Dreams,
Dave.
it's a love story, okay? Basically, a guy, without giving too much away, he moves into a neighborhood, or so, actually it might be a bit fuzzy, but he's in a neighborhood. There's new neighbors, so there's him, there's this chick. That's right, chick moves in. Chick moves in. He's interested. He gets this new computer because he needs help with his job and organising and whatever. Basically, the computer comes to life, and it's about the computer's struggle with gaining a consciousness and trying to figure out humanity. So there was something about that journey for me that was, geez, I sound like a wanker. There was something about that journey for me that was enthralling. I loved it.
When did you watch this? How old were you?
Man, when I first saw this, I would have had to have been
Pre-teens.
prepubescent.
Yeah.
I would have been.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
84.
It's
You were
hard
born
to
in
imagine.
79. You would have been 5 years old when it came out.
When it came out, but I didn't watch it when it came out.
Yeah. So you would
I
have been
watched it on
primary school.
video, I think,
You-
or on TV.
Yeah, well, it's the only thing you could watch it on.
Do you think that might have sparked your interest in the whole AI thing? Because you
Possibly.
do have quite a bit of interest in it.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
that
you know,
sort of
Not just
sci-fi.
AI, I think just science in general.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he's
I
got
don't know, Dave,
quite an
like-
affection for it.
Because I've borrowed like a couple of the Ender books off you, and you got the AI in that, which you really love.
Mm.
What was the other one? There's something else that really fucking struck me. Like, I don't know, you just seem to have a very
Oh, is it that?
interest in AI
yeah.
and like consciousness
Right.
and all that.
Yeah,
sort of shit.
I don't know.
Do you think this is where it started?
I don't think so. I don't think anything per se really kicked it off as
It was
far
just always
as
there.
as far as movie. Maybe subconsciously, who knows?
Mm.
But it's for the type of movie it is, and for the type of person that I think I am. Like, I'm really interested in. I love action movies and things where there's lots of explosions and whatnot going on, and this is. I would say to someone that's into action movies and whatever, it's kind of a little bit boring. But like I said, it's a love story, and I think it's a good movie.
Alright, yeah. No, I'm interested. I'm very interested. Oh, look, I'm more keen for this than I was for Kroll. Definitely. But
I'll be able to elaborate on the whole love aspect of it too more afterwards, because I don't.
Yeah,
want to
well,
give,
it
I don't wanna
refreshes
give too much
your
away.
memory.
Yeah.
But I think that just when you were explaining it, I'm like, that's actually a pretty good start. Like,
Yeah.
if we haven't watched it, that's how much do you remember?
I remember the soundtrack a lot more because there were songs in this.
You really liked it.
There's an instrumental in this.
Is it all instrumental?
No. Boy George actually did. And ELO, the guy from ELO, I forgot his name.
Electric Light Orchestra?
Yeah, who's the lead singer?
Don't know ELO?
Who's the lead singer?
But come on, everyone knows ELO.
If you don't, then do yourself a favour and download some of their songs.
Turn this podcast off and go download.
And if you like them, buy them.
Finish listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Finish this. If you like them, buy them. Buy them. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
The right thing.
Who's in this movie? Is there anyone? Or is it
there's one. The chick in it is actually. I watched The Hot Spot the other day with Jennifer Connelly.
Is that a movie?
I only watched
I don't see the appeal in her. Both of you guys love her.
I love her.
Don't.
I love her so much.
James.
And the only reason why I watched this movie is because she gets her cans out.
Great actress, though.
And I wanted to say, well, rather than just skip to the bits where she gets her cans out, why don't I watch it and see what the movie's about? And it was shit.
Yeah, actually, that's something. Yeah, Dave hasn't really mentioned yet. How hot's the lead actress in this?
Yeah, she's cute. She's nice.
So
she was in The Hot Spot, but not. You know, when you put her up against Jennifer Connelly, you've really got. She doesn't take the spotlight. But in this movie, she's the only hot chick in it, so she's great.
So there you have it. It's gotten the tick of approval from Dave already. So it seems to be
from the hotness.
Our theory runs correct, where Dave likes movies with hot girls.
That's not a theory.
No, not really, because I just killed that theory by saying The Hot Spot sucked.
Yeah, The Hot Spot sucked.
I really did think it sucked.
That's the exception to the rule, then.
But she looked good in it. I wasn't that painful to watch. It was great.
I'm really interested to watch this.
I love.
So I really do dig the concept of AI as well. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, keen to watch it.
A lot more than Kroll.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it.
It's good.
Intermission.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Well, that's all getting cut.
Yeah.
Oh, is that recording?
Yes.
We're back.
We're back.
So that was 80s as fuck.
We'll
right?
always be together.
Look, I told you it was a slow movie.
I fucking loved it.
You did?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Good pick, Dave. Good pick.
Thanks,
It was
guy.
It was very charming, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was.
There's
fun.
something about it, but
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not a fast-paced movie,
It's
and
just
it's not like action-packed. But there's something about it. It's.
I'm actually
good.
It's just a sweet little story.
Sweet,
With the
yeah.
occasional bad acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
but very
two-time
bad
it's like.
acting.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I never really thought about that too much until I got older. And then I was like, hang on, wait a minute. She's saying two dudes at once.
Oh, well, let's let other people.
All right, we've got to run through it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
let's run through it.
So let's start from the beginning.
Just in case anyone who hasn't watched it or is too lazy to watch it, we'll give you a quick rundown.
Plot rundown.
About 20-minute rundown of.
So the guy, the neighbour, moves in. He has a new neighbour.
No.
Well, first of all,
Oh,
he
mate,
buys
you
a
already
fucking computer.
fucked it.
Hey,
The new neighbour moves in.
how's that fucked it? That's like right at the start.
The movie follows a guy called Miles, who seems a bit technophobic at first.
Which is very fucking odd because he's an architect and they try to portray. He looks very nerdy, and like they set it up so he's kind of like Clark Kent, like fucking Chris Reeves Clark Kent. That's what he reminded me of. So it's kind of this nerd that's bumbling.
He's late. He's late for meetings.
Late for meetings.
Yeah.
And
so
he's an
his
architect.
colleagues like, oh, you should get one of these planners.
Yeah. An architect, obviously, that works for some sort of a firm.
Big company, yeah.
Big company. And, one of his colleagues like, you should get one of these computers. And this is set in, 1984 was 80s, when it was made. Yeah. So let's say it was early 80s.
So
early to mid.
So they right at the beginning, they show, him sitting in the airport waiting for his plane, and they show all these electronic devices.
And that kid with the black eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you think to yourself, like, there's a kid sitting in the airport, the one that's playing
the
the
car.
remote control car, he's got a
Yeah.
black eye.
Never noticed.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I noticed.
I was just kind of like, why the fuck does that kid have a black eye? Like,
Well, obviously he didn't do his homework because he was playing with the car.
or
I'm
maybe,
guessing-
And his dad said,
annoying
you know
the
what?
fuck out of people in the airport with the remote control car. I mean, that's why you got a black eye.
That's the
You're
thing.
no, well, it was the 80s, so it's alright to smack the kid in the face. I heard you got an F in school from playing with the remote control car. Nah,
Fuck. Yeah, so that's...
See, like the thing is, I think a lot of normal people go, "Wow, what the fuck happened to this kid?" I saw it, and I'm like, "What the hell did this kid do to deserve this black eye?"
Mate, I have watched.
Big one of those
I've
little
watched
shit.
that
Yeah.
show. I don't know how many times I've seen that, and even while we're sitting here, I've never noticed that kid to have a
Oh,
black
dude,
eye.
that stood out like dog's
Yeah.
paws for me. I was like,
Yeah.
kid's
Wow.
got a mad shot.
I was so busy getting a boner over all the electronics that I didn't even see the kid's face. I was too
watching
busy
that.
looking at the car going, I want that.
I was
Yeah.
watching that, all these people on these fucking electronic devices, pretty
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
much like
pretty-
today.
yeah.
Very.
It's setting up the tone of the film, like, it's, technology's kind of taking over people's
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
Which, oh, fuck, if you could get in a time machine back then and
Oh,
come here, someone would have
everyone
a
would be
heart attack.
staring. Everyone would be staring at a smartphone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it did that. It was
Yeah,
like
it-
it was like all these electronic devices. Everyone's got something that's electronic. There were calculators. There was
Headphone, like a Walkman.
yeah, that Walkman thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
Remote control car. For
remote
the
control
kid.
car
Yeah.
with programmable
The
destination or something.
Even
on
the
it.
ticket, where
Yeah.
he was printing
The
out his
tickets,
ticket. Yeah.
the airplane terminal display and all that.
Yeah.
It was all set up like
Which was just, it's stunning because it's like, look at the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even throughout all of the film, you have like little things like that, and it's like, look at the world we live in now.
that. Yeah,
So yeah, we go from that to he's late to work, and then that's it. You got
he's buddy
one of the
going,
guys at the firm saying,
you should.
get
You
one
know.
of these personal computers.
You were late again. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Why don't you get one
Handheld
of these
personal
computers? And
Which
he's
is
like,
basically like a kind of a... I don't even know how to explain it.
It was one of those planes that they had back in the 90s and shit. Like a little fucking.
Nah, that even the ones in the 90s looked a little bit more advanced than that. This one looked like a glorified calculator.
yeah, it was 80s, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, look, I'm not
wasn't-
shitting on it.
yeah.
I know it's fucking
Oh,
primitive.
even if
but-
you were.
Yeah,
but
right.
it's just like it was
The
80s.
closest thing to give people an idea is just like an organizer or a planner.
Yeah. All
Just
Looked
the-
like
a-
looked like
yeah,
a calculator.
Yeah.
It looked
Yeah.
like a calculator.
And then go back 20 years.
Yeah. So his mate's like, all right, get one of these, and he's like, no, I can't be. I'm not doing that. I don't need it. And then the next scene is him at the shop
Is it-
talking to the
Getting
To the
fucking-
hi-fi.
Getting
Yeah.
swindled.
Yeah.
and she's saying, and
she
it,
was
it's
a good
sales.
salesman.
It's sales 101,
She
isn't
was-
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was fucking good. Like, some of the people that we work with can use this
Yeah.
movie, just that
Yeah.
scene,
Use
and be
some
like,
tips.
here's some fucking tips. Just analyse this 3 minutes.
Why do you want to play with a toy like that
Yeah.
for? Why
Yeah.
don't you get one of these
See-
babies?
See, he's like, oh, I'm always late, and he's looking at the watches, like,
Yeah.
oh, just buy a watch. She's
Yeah.
just like, oh, this will do it. Don't worry, look over here. I'm like, fucking hell, dude.
So she runs it down. She's like, all right, well this will
Yeah.
set up your security.
Your home
It'll-
security.
You do all this shit, blah blah, and it's a PC.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a modern day tablet,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he buys one of those. She ends up and she drops it. Did you see how she drops it off of the shelf? And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'll give it a.
I'll give it to you at cost."
price." So he's obviously got like the high end
Yeah.
PC
Yeah.
for back
It
then.
was the top of the line of whatever shit the fuck she had
Yeah.
installed.
The old box computer with the fucking tower.
Which
underneath
back
it.
then a rig like that would have been expensive.
Oh yeah, one of the first.
Fuck yeah.
Home
They're
PCs.
going for Casio. He went in there for
Even now, dude, because they're retro, they'd be going for.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he went in there for a planner.
Yeah.
A little pocket-sized thing that just basically
Kept him on time.
wasn't an alarm clock. It was a mobile alarm clock,
Yeah.
and then she sold him a fucking PC
Yeah.
that sets up his
Fucking
house.
good salesman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Make a movie about her.
You know what, but I reckon sales could learn a thing or two
Just from that.
From going back in time. Because
Yeah.
sales are different now.
Yeah.
People don't give a fuck.
They tell me that.
Yeah, people don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. How many people do you know where you work that actually care about making the sale to the point where they're like invested in the customer?
Yeah, look.
Hey, what do you need?
Look,
Oh, yeah, look.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, come on. How many people come into your
just
store
so
and you
people
go, oh, what are you
can't see,
after?
Michael just raised his hand.
Yeah. All right,
not
Michael
visual.
raised his hand, and I'm here. I'm sitting here going, no, really, that's bullshit. You don't really give a fuck.
No, well, I
but
do
look,
because what I sell, I'm passionate about anyway.
Yeah, but but
I'm
you
not going to
don't.
go into details.
The thing is, like the people that you talk to aren't going to drop $1,000
Yeah.
in how often.
Quite a lot.
But do you talk to them on some level?
That's what I mean.
Do you talk to them on some level and go, oh look, why are you going for this? Is what you would really
for sure.
find more.
Yeah.
All right,
all the
fair
time.
enough.
Like I'll be like, who's it for? They'll be like, oh, it's for my 7-year-old kid. It's like, okay, well, you want this. You don't want this that you were originally going to buy. You
All
want
right,
this.
but how many people in your store?
I'll tell
I'm not many.
Not many.
I'm telling you right now, you would be the only one, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
It's all numbers.
yeah, it's more. They care, but the reason for them caring is because they don't want to get fired.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's where it stops. So it's like, someone comes in and talks to you. It's like, yeah, I want someone to be fucking honest with me.
But
It's just like, this one's a piece of shit and it's overpriced. Get this one, does the exact same thing you want with fucking half the other things that this other thing's gonna do. You're never gonna use it anyway. Yeah.
But she was obviously like.
But she was a fucking magician.
Yeah, but having said that,
I wouldn't
like I said, there's a lot of people in your store. Someone's going to come in and go, I want this TV, and you're going to go, we sold out. Like not you personally, but you being a salesman are going to go, we're sold out. Oh shit, they're going to walk out.
Yeah.
Whereas she was like, we're sold out. What do you want to get that for? Why don't you come and have a look at this? This is really what you want because that's a toy.
Yeah.
This is what you want. You know, like you said, she was a mission, but that's what it was like back then. Like even for cars and stuff, it's like, why are you looking at that? This is what you want. You don't want that. What do you got a family? You're messing around with. This is a toy.
Yeah.
You know, this is you want this one over here, the more expensive one.
The more I think about it, the more I really like that woman.
I'm just amazed at the fact that we spent the last 10 minutes talking about a scene that, in the grand scheme of things,
it's not that massive in the film.
it's like a minute. Not even.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on from another movie itself. In the movie.
Yeah. All right. So the next few scenes is him setting it up.
Yeah, and he types in his name wrong. He types in the character's name's Miles, and he types it in as Moles.
And makes a mistake, which he can't figure out how to rectify.
And it's kind of a running joke.
It's a running gag.
Yeah, the computer keeps calling him Moles, which actually really really
works. Because he doesn't bother with it.
Yeah.
He just accepts it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm Moles.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah.
As it goes on.
Moles. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so he sets up the computer. It runs him through like a tutorial that he... Tutorial, sorry. That he sets up.
I knew what you meant.
I just wanted to clarify for the people listening. Yeah. What the fuck did he just say?
Marshman's a speech Nazi.
It's alright. There was something online about that. Apparently,
we're talking about blouse in the fucking first part.
Yeah.
Now it's tutorial in this one. Tutorial. Whatever.
But apparently, if there's something. I think there's something on TV about it the other day. Apparently, if you reply to a text, if it's a single word reply, and you use punctuation, you're an arsehole. If you don't, you're not.
Go fuck yourself. I use punctuation all the time.
But if you say, did you have a good time last night? And you write yes, full stop, you're an arsehole.
Well, apparently I'm an arsehole.
I'm a major arsehole.
You know what? Isn't it just the fucking thing though? If you just use a single word text, you're an arsehole anyway?
No, not all the time. Depends.
Apparently, exclamation mark is fine. Full stop, no good.
I would be pretty upset
I
if I
wanna
just
know
got a one fucking word reply from someone.
One thing that shits
You're
me
an
is
arsehole.
someone just says, someone replies with Kate. I'm just like,
Yeah, what's it?
like, why'd you reply at all?
Yeah. Oh, anyway, all right, back to the movie.
I think I do that, but I usually use 2 Ks. KK.
That's no.
Or actually, we reply with cack. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So fucking back to.
Oh, wait.
Where were we? He just set up
we
the
use
computer.
cack. Cack is a word for dick that we use.
No, but was it? It was. Yeah. No. It
Yeah,
was.
get your cack out.
Yeah, get your cack out. Yeah.
Well, people are going to wonder why you name dropped cack, and they're going, what the fuck does that mean?
And then essentially,
And I'm just filling
me
them
and
in.
Dave now.
Those
use
2
cack.
people that are listening need to know.
Me and Dave use cack as like Smurfs use Smurf.
Yeah. So it started with dick, and the original meaning of cack, I know, is shit. So cack means shit, but I spell it K-A-K. It came about from, I think it was an online gaming.
I think it
thing for
was.
me.
I think you told me it was an online.
So
thing.
it started, and there are online friends that I talk to that use it a lot as well. But I got it from someone in particular, blah, blah, blah. Ended up bringing it into the real world, into my life. Carl took it and ran with it. he got the cack. And he thought, I love this shit.
I love Dave's cack.
Carl loves the cack.
And then just used it.
So everything's cack.
Yeah, and then now we just use it
Hey,
as...
there you go, cack.
We use it as a
Cack
thank you.
face. Yeah.
It's a thank you, so it's like it's a polite reply. It's a go fuck yourself sort of a thing too. And it's a derogatory term as well.
It's everything. The cack's good for
So
everything.
instead of like you piece of shit, it's you piece of cack. It's essentially the same thing because like you said.
So it's saying, there you go,
Anyway,
turd.
cack.
But
Sometimes
there you
it's
go.
the only word in a whole conversation. You
Yeah.
just say cack.
Have you seen the
Cack.
Have you seen the reply though to a cack, to a thank you cack, is late cack,
Oh, like, yeah.
which was
That was a-
that origin story of that was that Dave messaged me with cack and I replied cack, but it auto corrected and then put late cack.
No, it put lake.
Instead
You
of cack.
you
Yeah,
said
I put
cack.
lake.
You replied
Yeah.
lake, and I was like lake.
Yeah.
And then I replied lake cack.
Yeah.
So everything's like cack now. So it's cack.
No, the
Late cack.
Late cack is like the end.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was like the final.
It's
The
like
final.
cack, late cack, done. Finished. End of conversation.
Yeah.
So anyway, 5
So
minutes
people,
into this movie.
all right. So people got it. They got the story. Fuck. I mean, cack.
All right, yeah. So and then you got a chick. He takes the computer home. He sets it up.
It basically controls his whole house at this
Controls his whole house now.
Controls his whole house. He finds out off his colleague that the boss's computer's
Oh
fucking.
no, we're missing a crucial point.
No, the boss's computer.
No, a crucial point
not
when he's
yet.
setting up.
What?
He tips the fucking champagne.
No.
Oh.
The boss's computer. Right?
Oh,
So
yes,
he
yes,
logs into
sorry.
the boss's computer via modem.
No, because there wouldn't have been. There was no internet there.
No, there was modem. You don't need internet for modem. See, this is where my age
Oh fuck.
is
Yeah.
really going to help you guys out.
All right, yeah. Explain.
You can connect the way we did it, us old folks, back
Yeah.
before the internet. You would connect to another person's arsehole. That was really dumb.
That was perfect.
What's going to happen now?
Well, that put a fucking halt to everything.
Yeah, you're not going to upload that, are you sure?
Fuck yeah.
They can't smell it.
Fuck. Oh, Jesus. Farts are funny, right? Alright, anyway.
Modem.
So,
He connects to the boss's computer.
before the internet, I used to game with a dude that I knew at school, and we would call each other directly. So your modem would call the other person's landline. Their modem would pick up like a fax, right?
Yeah.
It would make all the screeching noises, or exactly like a fax.
Dial-up.
Sorry. So that's basically dial-up,
Yeah.
and it was exactly like a fax. So you would call, you get all that screeching, you would connect, and then you'd game. Now you get the internet. So you connect and...
Oh, okay.
So dial-up went from that to dialing the internet
Yeah.
to being a permanent thing with cable and ADSL or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So basically, this guy calls his boss's computer, connects, says, I want to download everything.
His boss's computer controls the
company.
whole company.
And it's big.
It's
a
massive,
lot bigger than the fucking piece of shit that he bought home. So
it's essentially the company.
It's like a mainframe.
The company is like a massive multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
So they probably had a whole 300 meg of data.
You know what? They probably did. Yeah. 300 megs is probably generous in 84 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like a photo of, what was it,
my first computer
gig or something.
I had towards the beginning of my teens, sorry, and it was a 500 megabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
And my friends were drooling. Like they were like 500 megs, 16 megs RAM. Oh my God.
Fucking hell.
You are a beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how the fuck?
Like
this thing must have cost a fortune.
You're a god among men.
Yeah. You are the god amongst nerds.
Yeah.
Like fucking...
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, so you connected to his boss's computer.
It come up with a prompt that said, all right, what do you want? He said everything, so he's downloading. It overheats because his little computer can't handle it. It overheats. And because he's getting right into it, he had a bottle of champagne right there. It's overheating and he's like, fuck, what do I do? He starts pouring the champagne over his keyboard and his motherboard. And
essentially what they're trying to say is like you then go into a montage of close-ups of the circuit board.
Yeah. So that was the start of the AI. That's what kicked it off.
Yeah. Right. Fuck. Yeah. Alcohol.
Yeah.
Reason for
life.
Yeah.
Right there. Alcohol.
Little disclaimer, Dave did have about 3 drinks during that movie?
Oh, 3 Dave drinks.
3 Dave drinks.
So, which would be fucking 10 normal people drinks.
Yeah. Why you gotta be like that? Well, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that aside, what's that got to, why do you need to tell people that?
Because you
just
see
so people have a reference. People have a reference then. It's like, oh, okay, when we say Dave had 3 drinks, people are like, fuck, he's had like half a case.
Plus, you're a bit more mellowed out during the intro, so if we jump straight to after the movie and you're fucking singing your lungs out, that's the reason why.
That's why I sing.
So he's poured the wine on it, the champagne on it, sorry, and it's gone into a montage of close-ups of circuit boards with wine pouring through it, and then kind of like a really weird psychedelic techno sort of a meld, like you'd say. Remember, you had circuit boards and then all these hypercolors with it as like
you saw the screen
was
sort of
going through it,
phasing out. It was like
almost
it was affecting the screen somehow for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So it was like wiping the screen.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it did. It did look cool.
Yeah, even now, like looking, I'm like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that effect. Yeah, so that's kind of like one of the. Would you say that's the point in which the AI gets?
Yes,
probably
because
a big contributing factor though.
Yeah,
other stuff would have happened. Like he pulled out and did the memory wipe.
Yeah, because it started to
overheat
because of that, he went to
go off.
Yeah, he went to go unplug it from the power point, and then he kind of gets half out, and the computer kind of drains.
No, that was later.
Oh, that was that was later when it starts.
Yeah. So what we might have missed is in this time he has the new neighbour, right? So the next scene after, the new neighbour's a good-looking girl.
Yeah, the next morning he wakes up. The new neighbour's moving in.
He's at work. He's at work. The new neighbour's a musician. She's in an orchestra. She's trying out for a new position in this new orchestra. Who's played by Virginia Madsen. Yeah, she's good looking.
Oh, she was in number 23. In Candyman.
Nice. Right. No, I haven't seen Candyman.
Alright, yeah, so yes, she moves in.
So she moves in, she's tried out for this new spot in this orchestra. There's a love interest there. There's a dude there that's trying to pick her up.
Sorry. That to me was really fucking, like, rapey.
It was just weird to me. Like,
because like the first time she meets him essentially is when she goes to the.
He's right in her ear.
Yeah.
Like he's behind her.
Yeah, and
he's like, hey, what are you doing later?
Yeah, it was almost like he was gonna like lick her fucking.
Yeah, he was close, wasn't he?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He said, what are you doing later?
Yeah,
like,
it was weird. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I was just like, is this guy like? I would smack him with the cello. Like, get.
But that's to do with the times too. I reckon this day and age, a girl would turn around and punch him in the nose.
Well, it turns
Whereas
out
back then, they'd be like.
And he was a fucking pretty boy.
Yeah, he was a pretty.
I don't know. The weird thing about that to me was like the fact that story-wise, like you need that competition, I guess. Like because Miles is just but like in these typical type of movies, especially back in the 80s, you had like the guy that you're rooting for is usually like the quiet sort of conservative, not really conservative, but quiet
Nerd.
sort of nerdy sort of dude, and you got the jock. Except this jock plays in a fucking orchestra.
Yeah.
Jocks don't do that.
But he's pretty boy jock.
Like, he drives a fucking Porsche. He's got the
fucking weird to me.
The perfect coif of hair.
He was the atypical,
he's a good-looking jerk. Like we've all seen the wedding.
He was the pilot scarf around his neck type
he's
of guy.
Drew Barrymore's going to marry in the wedding scene.
Yeah.
Except this guy plays cello with a fucking orchestra.
Let's give him some props. His name's Maxwell Caulfield. He was in Grease too.
What a wanker.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Grease 2.
Yeah, he was the main.
Whatever,
main.
I only cared about Grease 1.
Yeah, so anyway, he's a douche. And,
so, alright, so that's the orchestra bit. And then, alright, so the next scene after he pours the champagne over the computer,
we go back to him.
Her in her apartment practicing music. So she plays, I think the piece is Minuet in G.
Jesus Christ.
No, but you're missing. No.
I only know that because I played that on guitar. Like I used to practice classical guitar for a bit.
Did we miss the part where she moved in?
No. I brushed on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
it's not really
at this point.
All right,
yeah,
sorry.
It's not really that important.
Yeah.
So she's practicing, and then this is after the computer's been doused with champagne. So it's
the birth of
the so she's upstairs, and the sound travels through the vents, which they make apparent. Like there's a vent system, obviously.
Yeah, it's all. It seems like a split air conditioning kind of heating.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So
yeah.
So she's playing, and the computer has a microphone, obviously, so it's picking up these sounds, and you see it going through scales and whatever, trying to figure out what the fuck all this sound is. I like that about this movie too, is that the medium for this thing coming to life was music. It heard music, and that's what sparked it. It sort of, you know.
That was first interaction with another human, really.
Yeah. So she's playing, and then they end up doing this duet where the computer ends up figuring out the notes, and they end up playing together.
She ends up fucking slipping over because of it.
She basically slips on her own juices with all this music, and she's yelling into the vents.
Thanks for clarifying.
She's like, "Oh, that was beautiful. Are you down there?" And obviously, because she thinks it's the neighbour and it's not him because he's at work.
And yet he can't speak yet because he hasn't given it language, really.
Yeah, it's just music at this stage. Music. Yeah.
It learns from mimicking, and then, like all great AI, kind of evolves from that, like on its own. So you kind of give it an inch, and it then goes a mile. That's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then there's her inviting him to the concert, to her concert, and he ends up going, but he's got like
she gives him 2 tickets.
Yeah.
First off. So and
she's like, there's someone I want you to meet.
Yeah.
Come backstage afterwards. You dirty whore.
Which was a bit odd because, like, she never really explained, like, oh, this is Bill. This is the guy I wanted you to meet.
Mm.
Like, there was no one there that was like, oh, this is the guy I wanted.
But
this is the
prior-
person.
okay.
Was the one that walked in.
Yeah, sorry, there's something we missed it. So prior to that, she bumps into him while they're doing their shopping.
Yeah, that's where she
and-
did. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she's like,
Well,
"What are
they
you doing?
talk
I love
What are
that.
you doing later?"
Mm.
And they talk about the music, and
Yeah, she's like, "I love
she
your
invites him
music."
to dinner.
And he doesn't obviously tell her that wasn't me.
Yeah,
That
Yeah, he denies it all. He hides the computer from her.
he denies it at first,
That
and then he
blew my mind
realizes.
initially, I was like, why the fuck is he saying, like, he's denying that there's even a computer in the house?
Yeah,
Well, he denies it at
but
first.
remember, we're a different generation.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, but then he realizes that I think he realizes that it's working for him. So he's like, "Oh fuck."
yeah, but like that
Well,
initial
maybe-
reaction of
maybe-
like, I'm
maybe it
hiding a
was.
computer in my house, like I'm ashamed of it. That
Yeah.
threw me for a bit of a loop.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but
Because, like,
I really put that down to the times. Like,
Yeah, but even then,
I don't even
No,
put it
because
down to
there was a
that.
little
I
bit of-
put it because that was after they talked at dinner. So after they talked at dinner, she came around to give him the tickets,
yeah,
and he doesn't want to show her because he doesn't want her to know
but he didn't write the.
that he wasn't playing that music.
yeah, but also too, I think there's a little bit of like not snobbiness, but fear of technology because when he's after the shopping scene and he's gonna go inside because she invites him out to dinner after shopping, then they go home and he's like the door opens automatically and it's obviously the computer, yeah. Yeah, and it's like that's what I got from it. I'm like, yeah, she's obviously like there's a fear just in general of technology. So it's like, yeah, it's too controlling, too intrusive of our lives, and he's just kind of like, yeah, like he agrees with it. So that's what I got from it anyway.
Yeah,
But it's good to see. I wasn't the same thing. Obviously, I was wrong.
No, not necessarily.
No,
I
not
didn't
necessarily.
look too much into it. I was just like, he's just hiding a computer.
I just thought mainly that he was just trying to take credit.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of it.
3 different conclusions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
go.
Well, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's my house. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm drunk, so what? It's beautiful.
Anyway,
James
So-
with Eddie Murphy.
So, all right. So all right. So that happens, and then after the orchestra scene,
I mean,
she's like, "Oh, this is Bill," and he's all snuggly with her. So he's obviously taken aback. He's like, "Fuck, what a bitch." Oh, I've got someone waiting for me in the car, and then
we can probably cut a long story short.
Yeah.
I mean, they end up dating.
yeah,
Yeah.
They end up
She's
dating.
still sort of necking Bill on the side, which was just weird.
Just
Yeah,
it was.
that
really.
was just kind of like two timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you
Very-
could have cut Bill out of that movie completely and nothing would have changed.
Yeah, like if you didn't bring Bill back into it after that really creep fucking scene of
Yeah.
licking her ear,
Yeah.
being like, what are you doing, lad? Come closer.
It's like the picture of that sloth in the woman's ear.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
Gee, she played that piece beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's basically two timing, and this is what brings us into Act 2. Then I'd say with the computer then gaining sentience,
Yeah.
being
It
like
hears him talking in his sleep, and then it starts piecing together words and whatever. And obviously, it
Ends
has.
up being able to talk.
It
Yeah.
has, yeah, it
learns
has all
language.
that information that it downloaded. It's got language.
But then-
it's got
but then also
access to TV.
too, yeah, also because it's connected to all the appliances in his house because
Yeah.
it's like a security system
TV,
as well.
etc.
Yeah,
Radio,
TV,
TV.
Which I thought, like, that was just like, yeah, like now, wireless. Everything is wireless, so you can connect your TV to your modem, your
Not just
phone.
that, like, your
This
phone
would
is
actually
like
be a
standard
really-
in the house.
Like, there's fucking
You like-
fridges that have internet now.
Yeah, but like you say, this would be a really good remake, especially in this day
Yeah.
and age.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it just, I think people now are a lot more comfortable with AI.
Mm.
The idea of AI.
Actually, I think a pretty good movie in today's age is Her with Joaquin Phoenix. That's a pretty good parody.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
It's a
I'll watch that.
good fucking movie.
Not familiar.
You should check that out. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's sorry, sidetracked again.
Yeah.
It's hooked up to all of his stuff. It learns the language, and then it starts asking him questions, like
What is love?
what is love?
Baby,
Who
don't
am
hurt
I?
me. Don't hurt me no more.
Yeah.
So he's trying to
Christ. Took me
I
a
was waiting
second.
for that to
Took-
fucking-
yeah, I got it now.
Good pull though.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so
So,
it starts asking
he-
questions
yeah,
like that.
But
and
he's trying to get it to write another song.
yeah,
for her.
he comes. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think of it,
He comes.
whereas like that fear of technology, he becomes pretty comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'll become.
He actually
Pretty
starts
quickly.
becoming a bit of a jerk, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, he starts turning. Yeah, but I think that's through the course of the film. He turns from this bumbling idiot.
yeah, but like he's only a jerk to the computer.
And to her at one
Yeah.
stage, because all right, so the computer is falling in love with her as well.
At least it thinks it is.
It thinks it is.
Yeah,
It wants something that it can't have. It will never know the emotions of love. It will never know what it's like to touch a woman. It's obviously portrayed as a male, like a male
Yeah.
yeah,
personality.
persona.
Yeah, persona, and it wants the woman. It wants to know what it's like to
Yeah.
feel, touch, kiss
Yeah,
a woman.
it actually says that in the
Yeah,
movie.
so that it starts getting jealous. You can't say that he's going on dates with her. It starts getting jealous. He has access to everything, so they're on a date, and it fucks with his credit cards and stuff like that. And
And then fucks with his checkbook.
his checkbook tells, it puts out warnings that he's wanted, could possibly be armed.
Yeah.
So he's got the shits because he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
He knows what it is, and then it starts
Oh.
taking it out on her.
But wait, we're
So
missing.
he's in the car going, stop talking, because you don't know what you're talking about. And then
Yeah.
she gets the shits. And there's,
But we're missing a part in there too.
what's that?
Where fucking she was coming out of a rehearsal trying to cram into an elevator with all the other musicians, and she had a
Yeah.
cello with her.
And it broke.
Since she's had...
Yeah, but that's how it fucking broke.
It was...
The elevator
Yeah.
crunched it,
Yeah.
and I was like, my God, if that was a human, in there, the doors just fucking close on it and
Yeah.
snaps it in half, pretty much.
Yeah, if it was...
That was horrifying.
If it was someone with an arm there, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, I'm fucking glad the fucking cello was there,
Yeah.
and not my head.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So
That reaction though, that was fucking amazing. Like everyone looked at the cello, and you could have sworn that someone just died.
yeah,
Because I was like,
Yeah.
this is a tragedy.
even the way she held it with like the fucking neck of it hanging over her arm.
She's carrying it out, and poor old Bill's still trying to fucking put the moves on it.
Bill's fucking with his Porsche.
Yeah.
You need to live somewhere. But even when she
That's the
tells
last you see
her,
of Bill, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Thank
But even
fuck
when
for
she tells him, it's like,
At least
oh,
he didn't go up to her ear and whisper, just be like, hey, do you need a ride?
what are you doing after you've mourned your cello? What do you want? What do you want? You want to come back to my place and fuck?
Bill the fucking rapist. Jesus Christ.
No, but it's funny how like she tells him, and he's like, oh, that's fucked. Do you want to live somewhere?
It's like, well, he's like, oh, I think I can play that part since you can't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll have to
like
learn
how
that.
she totally ignores him. She just walks
Yeah,
away,
yeah.
and that's the point where she realizes he's a jerk.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the part where they just met and he's licking her ear. But
Obviously not.
fuck.
It's the 80s.
Oh yeah, different times. Yeah, so the computer's getting the shits now because Miles is spending so much time with what's her name?
Madeline.
Which I really like that name.
Yeah,
I like Adeline better, but Madeline's really nice.
Adeline's not a name.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Yeah, there's a movie. Of course, it's a name.
no, it's not. Sorry.
Yeah, so the computer's got the shits.
It just escalates at this point.
It escalates, and it all goes. By this time, we're in Act 3.
Yeah. We're getting some pretty 2001 Hal fucking versus the humans.
Yeah.
Levels of shit going on.
Pretty much. Wake up, Edgar. Time to die. Not Bill. Fucking Bill.
What?
Miles wants to kill the machine.
Yeah.
He tries to.
Yeah.
He flips out, unplugs it, and rips the monitor off the tower, and
goes for Madeline, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes to kill it, and
he can't.
So he leaves.
He has to escape.
Goes back to the store, I think. Says.
Yeah, goes back to that chick who I'm surprised actually didn't sell him anything else.
Yeah.
she was that good.
That one.
It's taken over my wiring and blah. Hey, look, we've got some new wiring here. You gotta fix it.
Fuck.
So she's all like, for $3.10 an hour. I only know what I have to, sort of thing. It's like $3.10 an hour. Fuck me. Jesus, that really is the 80s. Are you sure that's not BC? $3.10 an hour. What? Do you rally the disciples for Jesus for that amount?
Yeah, that was
would have had to be like minimum wage though back then, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, what's minimum wage in America now?
I think it wouldn't be much more. Do you think it'd be like $7 or something? Wouldn't
Nah, it's in the teens, I think.
No, teens is minimum wage here, but in the States, I think minimum wage classifies like if you're a waitress and you get paid on tips. True. So minimum wage is like $6 to $7
or something. Nah, I think it's more.
$7.25.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's horrific.
That was July 24, 2009.
Wow.
2009. See, so a lot's changed since then. That's.
Considering 1984 was $3.10, and then you go to fucking 2009, it's $7.
Yeah. $7 would just
I think it's $9 something now. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
9 rings a bell.
Not our problem.
Yeah. In Australia.
So yeah, that's what happens, and then he goes to.
And then
he goes to track down
her work or something, and she's like, "Oh, she's gone home."
I think he went to the concert hall, wasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, where she rehearses.
Yeah. And then,
and while she's
like all good 80 movies, you have that character who knows everything.
Yeah.
And that chick's like, she went home because she forgot something. Why'd you know that? Yeah. Who is that? Never seen her before.
So she's at home. So she walks into Miles's apartment and starts.
She meets the computer.
Touching the computer, and hears a tune that the computer's obviously just made for her.
Yeah. And she figures it all out, essentially.
And she starts tearing up.
Do you think she figures it out?
For sure.
Not to that extent.
Yeah, I don't know, because she hits the key.
She says, something happened in there.
Yeah.
That's what she says to him. Something happened in there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been lying to you, and I need to know why you chose me. Mm. And then she starts rattling stuff off, and then he's like, what about the music? And she's like, whatever it is, it's not about words.
Mm.
It's more about the way I feel when I'm with you.
Which is something he says earlier in the
movie. Which actually I thought was a really nice scene. Because she was just like, I think it was just well acted by her. The camera stayed on her the whole time.
Yeah.
Pretty much didn't shift to him. Yeah. And it was, I think it was pretty well acted and written. And then after that...
Oh, yeah, sorry. After the cello got fucking crunched and they're out, and he's like, something is wrong, tell me what it is. And he's like, oh...
Yeah, she tells me.
She's like, oh yeah, my cello's gone, the elevator ate it and whatever. And he's like, it doesn't matter, it's just a piece of wood. And obviously this cello is something from her grandmother that she's had since she was 12 years old. And she's like, just a piece of wood? Well, like, why would I think you would understand? And then he just gives his speech and it's like, fuck, you're Casanova, reincarnated.
Yeah, what did you say?
Goes from some bubbling fucking idiot throughout the whole movie, suddenly turns into James fucking Bond.
Yeah, he's like, it doesn't matter, this. Oh, what did you say?
I just want to point out that he does just randomly bump into shit throughout the whole fucking movie. Like bumps into the car, bumps into the shit backstage. Just that.
But he basically says to her, it's like the cello isn't what gave
it's not
you
important.
what made
It
you
was
special.
you.
The power was
you.
within you all along.
Basically,
The
like,
force was within
it
you.
wasn't magic water.
Every
It
note,
was regular water. and
every
you drank it.
scratch, every sound,
Yeah,
everything that came out of it was within you.
yeah,
So it's not important.
yeah.
What's important is you. But the way he articulated it was nice.
Yeah, yeah. I'd
Yeah,
fucking.
Suave as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, goddamn.
Yeah,
I
so
want to go home with you now. So, I'll buy a cello first if I have to. But fuck. Yeah.
yeah, so then cut back to the end where we're at. And then they've just had the scene where it's like, what do you,
blah, blah,
I love you, blah blah blah, and he's
Oh,
gone.
she says, "I guess I love you."
Oh yes, that was
all right, yeah. So
that
skip,
was beautiful.
skip to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's asking her explain to me why you chose me, and she's like
Blah
blah blah blah. I guess I love you. What the fuck?
I guess.
But
I
you
love
know
you.
what? From a fucking chick that's two-timing someone, that's probably the best you're ever gonna get. It's like, I guess I love you.
Yeah.
And,
Like I said, I'd take that at this stage of my life. You can give me a guess I love you.
Hey, but you can't fault her. She's being honest.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I guess so. Is this what it is? All right, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Then you have the final little moment with Edgar.
Edgar, yes,
You
where
find out his name.
spoilers. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
spoiling it right now.
yeah.
It's
Well,
fine.
Miles walks back into his place with a giant axe. Where
I thought it was a sledgehammer.
that looked like an axe.
I think it
to
was
me.
an axe.
It's like, where did you get that from?
Yeah.
You don't have a garage.
Nah, but the reason I'd say it was an axe is because an apartment building like that would have a fire cabinet with a hose,
yeah, you're
hose
right.
and an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Dave, for explaining that one.
Oh yeah, well, I'm smart and shit. It's just
So we're actually recording now, huh?
Yeah, we're actually recording now.
cockhead.
Yeah, kind of stopped recording, so we're gonna quickly
Recap the end of the movie.
the end because it cut off basically around the part where
We're
Dave
talking
was
about him
bringing
going
in
into
with the axe.
Yeah, he's in with the axe. He's blah blah blah.
and Dave's enthusiasm is just going through the roof at the moment.
I just don't want to do this again. Fuck.
You said you like this movie.
I do.
Yeah.
But we talked about it once already,
And that's enough.
and I felt like I was bringing some shit to the table there, but
Well, you're just gonna have to bring that shit again. But basically, he's gonna destroy the computer.
That's strong.
is it?
Yeah. So he's going to destroy the computer with an axe. Comes in, he steps on a microphone because before he tried to, he actually did try to destroy it. And
Dave has walked off. He's in the kitchen.
yes. Oh, that wasn't a cue for you to get more Coke. That was alright.
It's not right.
Yeah, so he was going to destroy the machine. He's walking in and he half attempted to destroy it before and failed because the computer's got like this fucking defense system which is really weird. It electrocuted him through, because it controls virtually all of the house, even to the point where it opens and closes doors. It
wouldn't let him.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't let him touch anything because it just electrocuted him.
Yeah.
Basically shelters himself in the bathroom, and the next morning
Has to escape
escapes. Yeah, by stealthily. Yeah, by
through the floor.
yeah, by putting a wireless shaver on the bathtub, and it just makes this irritating fucking sound.
Yeah.
So
and
masks
him-
his movement.
Yeah, getting out, and he gets out. And then, yeah, so we're back him after the I guess I love you scene, which was hilarious. He walks in and he steps on the microphone that lets the machine hear. And
Makes a noise.
And it appears on the screen, scared you, didn't I? Right, the computer writes that on the screen, and he ends up looking at the floor, finds this just random fucking microchip and plugs it into the computer, and now it can talk. And he starts having
basically,
with it about
basically,
it
Edgar's
figures out
saying
what
like,
love is.
Edgar's saying like, see you later. And then
That's
Miles
right,
is
yeah.
like,
But it figured out
what's going on? It's like, well, love is give and not take.
Mm.
It's like,
you Madeline.
Which
I'm
was
going to
really,
give
really
you, I'm going to give her to you and take myself away.
which is really sweet. It was a really, really sweet scene. I think that made up for the I guess I love you scene. The best actor in this film is the computer.
I thought Miles played a great nerd.
Yeah,
He did well.
He did
a
do
bumbling
well.
fucking nerd.
I think Madeline, the actress, played
She
Madeline
was a
very
good
well. I
actress.
think she was a good actress.
She's really good looking.
Yeah, so and basically the
computer essentially kills itself by sending a current through the world.
40,000 volts.
40,000 volts.
Comes back.
Itself up.
Through
blows
the phone
himself
line and blows itself up, and then after that we just have happy ever after.
Yeah.
With
Bill and Madeline going on a 2 week
Miles
trip.
and not Bill. Bill's in jail, hopefully.
Bill's off somewhere. Like he's off trying to he's off trying to fuck the flute player. He's like, it's like, what are you doing after? My cello Dave broke her fucking instrument. Why don't we go somewhere?
Hey, I got something else you can blow.
Hey, do you need a ride?
Look, flute's a lot harder than cello. It won't break in an elevator.
Oh Jesus!
Let's go back to my place.
Yeah.
And play.
That would have been a good point to fucking end on, is with Bill getting arrested.
Concerto in B minor.
Okay, so Miles and
Madeline are basically
no
2 week
technology.
trip, no technology, and she's like, no phone, no television, what are we gonna do? And Bill says, guess we gotta look at each. Miles says,
Fuck.
I guess we gotta.
This fucking podcast.
Stop! Bill's stolen this film.
Stop getting on Bill's bandwagon. Fuck.
Maxwell Caulfield, you legend. Miles has said to Madeline, well, I guess we're just going to have to look at each other for 2 weeks. And that's basically the end of the film. And then we go into a post-credit scene.
Not even that.
Not a
It's
post,
just a fucking outro.
Outro. 80s, typical 80s
music
montage
montage
of music.
Tie-dye clothes, roller skates.
But I have to say, all up, man, I really liked the film.
Yes.
I think it was really good. It was fun.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like for me, I mean, obviously, I knew it wasn't on the same level as Krull in some respect. It was a different movie, and that was my concern. Is for me, it was still in this. It had that sense of nostalgia. I watched it when I was a kid, but there was obviously something that I saw in it that I thought, you know what, people gonna like this.
Yeah.
It has that.
You put Electric Dreams together with Kroll, you've probably got the whole 80s in like 3 hours.
It's throwing a He-Man reference.
Yeah, well, Kroll essentially is.
But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. So that's a thumbs up from me.
And me.
Michael. Yeah.
And obviously me.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, well, you picked it. So good pick this week, man.
Thanks, boys.
You've redeemed yourself from Kroll.
Alrighty.
Carl.
Yeah,
Carl, that fucking Kroll.
Carl.
That's what you can do.